Hi, I'm Kassidy Rodriguez, and I'm here to talk to you about something called CAM photosynthesis. And what this photosynthesis is, it's just a different version of normal photosynthesis, but it is specifically tailored to plants in the desert and in arid environments that don't have a lot of water during the majority of the year. So, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the ability of a plant to change light energy into energy that they have the ability to use. And with the evolution of plants, there are many different types of photosynthesis and many different ways to go about it. But with CAM photosynthesis, these plants have the ability to live and thrive in the desert where there is little to no water for the majority of the year. CAM photosynthesis, it has two different types of phases. One phase during the day and one phase during the night. Plants have something called a stomata, which on most plants stays open all the time. And in CAM plants, it has the ability to open and close the stomata for different types of the day. What a stomata does is when a plant gets a lot of water, it can release it through the stomata in gas exchange to the environment. So when it floods, trees in Minnesota will be able to release some of this excess water through their leaves and out into the environment. But with a CAM plant that uses this type of photosynthesis, they have the ability to open and close their stomata. During different types of the day, this is when it is most effective. In the nighttime, it leaves its stomata open so it can take in all of the CO2 necessary to carry out all of it, the rest of the photosynthesis during the daytime when it's getting all the light. And it takes it in and it stores it for later use during the day. During the daytime, when photosynthesis occurs, the stomata is closed. So this means it saves all of its energy for losing all the water, and it saves it so it can use the CO2 during the daytime rather than all the time. The importance of this is that it remains efficient so it can it is able to not lose all of its water during the day when it is the hottest part of the day and the most dry part of the day. Most plants are able to lose all their water. Well, around 90% of it is able to be let out through the leaves during the day and nighttime, but they are constantly being replenished with water. So unlike plants that live in the desert or in very arid environments, these CAM plants store all the water they can and have the ability to not let it out if they during the daytime when it's hot. So it was discovered or first looked at in the 1800s, in the early to middle 1800s, when scientists thought that plants would have to adapt to their environment and why plants were different in different parts of the world. And they just thought that they would have to be able to conserve water a little bit differently. In 1915, there was a further study about this, and they realized that there are different ways plants can metabolize energy. And in the 1940s, CAM photosynthesis was named crossylation of acid metabolization. And that is just some fancy word saying that it takes in CO2 into these types of molecules for storage. But in the 50s, scientists used a vacuum-sealed container so it didn't let anything inside or outside of the environment, and they pumped in certain chemicals to see when the plant took in what and what it was able to store. And they noticed that all the CO2 in the environment that they put the plant into was taken out um, when the lights were off and it was in its nighttime stage when the stomata were open. Though these plants don't live in Minnesota, you can probably have them in your own basement if you wish.